Okay, so let us take a look at colors in CSS. And the first category of colors that we have is the named colors. Okay, and CSS, we should know that CSS supports over 140 named colors. Okay, so like for example, if we want to specify colors, for example, let us have our paragraph here, which is hello. Okay, so here to use named colors, here we can come here, select the paragraph. Okay, we target the paragraph and then we can give it color like this one. So here we use color. Okay, these are all the colors that CSS supports. These are all the colors, the named colors that CSS supports. Okay, there are over 140 okay named colors okay that CSS supports. Okay, here we can provide the name, blue, every color that you know. Okay, there are over there are some colors that are not there. By the way, there are some colors. So for example, background, there is a color that I'm sure of, it is not there. It is called amber. Is it there? No, amber is not there. Okay, it is not there. Here it can be like yellow, between yellow and something. Okay, so these are the colors, the named colors. And if you try to use this scale, and if you try to use it and you want to change, okay, that is like the amber. Okay, this one becomes another type of color if you want. As you can see, RGB, it is no longer a named color. Okay, and this one this one brings us to the disadvantages of using named color, and it means that the named colors they are limited. Okay, they are limited, and they are great for quick prototyping or when you don't need precise control. Okay, so this one brings us to another type of color, okay, which are called the RGB and RGBA colors. Okay, so let us look at them. These are the named colors. You bring the property, which is the color or background color, and you give it a value. Okay, and in this case is a named color. Okay, so let us look at RGB values. Okay, so if we try to do this, let us save our blue color. Has it been applied? Yes, it has been applied, plus this RGB color. Okay, so let us bring another one here. So RGB colors, we use them like this. Yeah, this first one, okay, let us save here. Okay, this first one, I want to explain to you this one. Okay, it has this one there, it has this one there, the RGBA. Okay, this one there, the RGBA, this one. The first value stands for red. Okay, this first value, it stands for red. Okay, this one for red, it is in form of RGB. This R for red, G green, and B it's for blue. Okay, so these ones, the first three, okay, these ones, the first one, the first value, okay, contains a color, a red color. Okay, like the quality or the amount of red color that you want to apply. Okay, here, and the second one is the green color, the amount of the green color you want to apply, and the last one is the blue amount of blue color you want to apply. And as we can see here, we have 242 for red and 255 for green. Okay, and if we mix them, they're like in same amount. Okay, so let us try to apply them in same amount. Here we can have 55. It will bring us a yellow, pure yellow. Okay, pure yellow. Okay, that's how we can use it. And if we try to put in some blue, like 200 there, as you can see here, we are turning to white. Okay, we are turning to white. And if we try to make it to make all the same, as you can see, we have turned to white. Okay, mixture of RGB colors, we get white color. Okay, so those are called the RGB, okay, values. Yeah, the RGB colors. So there is another one which is called the RGBA color, and the RGBA adds an alpha channel, okay, which is called the opacity, where 1 is fully opaque and 0 is fully transparent. Okay, so RGBA is great for overlays, hover effects, and modern UIs. Okay, so how can we use it? So we can use it like this. We add another one for opacity. Okay, so if we add another one, we remember we said that this 0 is for fully transparent. Okay, so if we do that, our element becomes transparent. Let us put a 0 here. So as you can see, if we remove it, let us first remove it, we get back our yellow color, and if we try to put it there for transparent, we get this transparent color. And if we put a 1 there, we get a fully opaque color. Okay, and the 1 is the default one. Okay, that's why even if we don't specify, you will get your color. Okay, the color that you have specified here. Okay, and if you add it there, it becomes a RGBA. Okay, RGBA color. Okay, here it becomes a RGBA color because you have added this extra channel, this extra alpha channel, the opacity, this letter. Okay, for opacity. Okay, so we have another one is they are called the hexadecimal colors. Okay, and the hex values use 6 digits, 2 for red, 2 for green, and 2 for blue. Okay, so let us take a look at these ones, the hexadecimal. So here we specify the background color, and we start with the H, and even here, after here we can specify the colors. Remember the 2 for each color. So the first one, 2 for red, the second one 2 for blue, and the 2 for green, and the last 2 for blue. Okay, so those ones, so they are there, and if they are all set to 0, we are going to get a black color. Okay, we are going to get a black color, and if we change them, like here, we add more red, like 1 1 1 1, like that. Or if we had like FF, let us add FF, like that. So we are going to get a red color, like that. As you can see, it is now a red color. Okay, so if we try to mix some green, like another green FF, we are going to get I think yellow color. Is it yellow? Yeah, we get yellow color because we have mixed red and green, yeah, in the same amount. Okay, so we are going to get that color. Okay, so we can also use only 3, like this. Like this, you can use 3 like that. Okay, if we do that, we get the same yellow color. And if we try to remove this this second F, and we put it to 0 0 there, we get our red color. Okay, so these ones, they can also be only one character. Okay, one character to represent one color. Okay, one color quality. Okay, like that. This one, F for first one, the first character to represent the first color, which is a red. Okay, and the second character to represent the second color, which is green, and the last one to represent the last color, which is blue. Okay, so that's how we can use the hexadecimal colors. Okay, so there's another type which is called the HSL or HSLA. Okay, like RGB and RGBA. Okay, there's an extra A which is added to these HSL, okay, colors. Okay, and HSL stands for hue, a degree on the color, the color wheel. Okay, which starts from 0 to 360, and saturation, which is the intensity. Okay, and 0% is for gray, and 100% is for full color. And another one is lightness. L is for lightness, and or you can call it brightness. Okay, and 0% is black, and 100% is white. Okay, and there it is your choice to play around with the scales. Okay, and HCL is super intuitive once you get the hang of it, once you learn it. Okay, so let us try to see how we can use it. So here we can have our HSL value. So here we can use HSL as we use the RGBs. Then here we should specify, so as you can see here, we should specify hue, saturation, and lightness. Okay, so these ones have only these two. So let us try to use HSLA values. Okay, so here we are going to use HSLA. Okay, those ones. As you can see here, these ones have an extra alpha, okay, alpha character, okay, there, okay. So here we can specify that this one we want it to be 0, okay. This one we want the hue, we want it to be 0, and the saturation we want it to be 100%, okay, 100%. We want this one lightness, we want, remember we said that lightness 0% is black and 100% is white. So lightness we want it to be white, 100%. And we want the alpha we want it to be this alpha we want it to be at around 0.3, like there, 0.3 there, 0.3. If we save, we get this one like this, okay. We get our color. It is now invisible, okay. As you can see, it is now invisible. Let us try to get around with it. Let us try to put, let me first comment to you. These ones, you might think that these ones are the one that is, this one is the one that is affecting our code, okay. So let us remove it. As you can see, okay, it's our problem, okay. We are the one who have mixed something which is not going to work, okay. So this one, let us give it a small lightly, let us give it a, remember this 100%, we said that this one stands for light, and if we set it to 100%, it means that the lightness, we have increased the lightness to 100%, which means it is going to generate white, okay, white. So let us decrease and we put it like 50, like there. So if we do that, as you can see, it is coming, yeah, it is coming, okay. So let us set it to like 0, so it is now visible, yeah, it's somehow visible. So let us reduce on the circulation. Let us put like 50 circulations, like that, yeah? If we put 50, as you can see, the color is there, okay, the color is getting more. Then let us put something like 120 for hue, 120% for hue. So if we do that, you can see we're getting a black color, okay, we're getting a black color, okay. That's how we can use it. And even if we set this one, to be like, let us set, yeah, that's how we can use it. Even if we set this one to 50%, and we set this one to 100%, you can see we get a black color again, okay, because the hue is now max, okay, it is now max, okay. So for example, this hue, we can remove this one, so we generate this color, okay, which is in this form, okay. So even if we don't specify, we put something like 12, something there, okay, I think we're going to get this color, okay. So that's how we can use these HSL colors, okay, the hue, saturation, lightness, and lightness, okay. That's how we can use it. That's how we can use it. And even the opacity, okay. Remember the opacity, this one, the opacity, we can use it also in HSL, yeah? Like when this alpha, like when we are using it in like the way we use it in RGB, yeah? In RGBA colors, okay. So let us try to look at another one, another one, or another way of using colors is the use of the transparent value, okay. So for example, here, as you can see here, before we apply it, our hello text is there, okay, it is there, we can see it very well. So let us try to apply what is called the, okay, let us first delete this one. So let us try the transparent keyword, okay. So this one, transparent, if we set it transparent, there, as you can see, it is now invisible, okay. It is now invisible, not visible, okay. It is now invisible. So that's how we can use it. Let me test if there is. I've never tested this one. Opaque, is it there? Do we have opaque? No, opaque is not there, as if the programmers of CSS, okay, the developers of CSS missed out that one. They didn't practice equality, okay. Okay, try to practice equality, try to practice equality. So let us now look at units in CSS. Let us look at units in CSS. Okay, so the first category of units in CSS is the absolute units. Okay, this is the first one, which is called the absolute units, and these ones, they don't scale with the screen. Okay, they don't increase with the increase in screen. Okay, so these ones, and in most cases they are not reliable. Okay, they are not reliable, so it is not advisable to use them except for only one, which is called the px, for pixels, which is somehow it is the mostly used of all, and the rest are physical. The rest, yeah, the rest are they are physical units. Okay, for example, inch, centimeters, millimeters, and points, pickers, those ones. So let us first look at how we can use pixels. Pixels, for example, here we have our paragraph here. So here we have selected it, we are targeting it. So here let us apply like the font size. The font size, we want to apply 10 pixels like that, and if we apply, we get a 10 pixel text. Okay, so if we increase to 20 pixels, we get a word, a text which is 20 pixels large. Okay, so here we can use another one for inch, which is remember, inch is somehow big compared to pixels, and if I use it 10 inch, here we use, for inch we use IN. Okay, and if I do a save, we get something which is large. As you can see, it is large. Okay, so let us decrease it to 1. Okay, so if we decrease it, we get something which is visible, somehow small, but remains large. So to use in, you should specify small values like 0.3, like there. So as you can see, we get something which is somehow small. Okay, and we can play with the values like that. And another one which is cm, centimeters. Okay, cm, like that. And if we save, we get something which is like this. And if we use like 10, like that, 10 centimeters, we get something which is also large. Okay, we get something which is also large. If we use 5, we get something which is somehow and also large. Okay, it is there. Okay, it is there. It cannot even fit on this screen, which means it cannot fit on a screen of a mobile device. Okay, so that's how we can use cm, centimeters, and we can also use another one which is p, for points, which is used in prints. Okay, so here we can have 10 pt there, and if we use it, we get something which is equivalent to this. And there is another one which is pc, for pickers, so we get something which is like this, 10 pickers, we get something like that. So here we get 1, we get something small like this. Okay, so that's how we can use it, and it is advisable to use px when you need precise control. Px, yeah, when you need precise control, like border width or icon sizes. Okay, so avoid and you should avoid using physical units like in or pt for screens. Yeah, they are not reliable. Okay, so another category we have is the relative units. Okay, and these ones scale depending on the element or the viewport. Okay, so for example, here we can have something which is like this paragraph. So let us have something like this. Okay, here we can have a div like this. We can give it a color. Let us come here inside our css, we select the div. Okay, let us first give it a border which is 1. Let us give it 1 px. Okay, let us give it 1 px solid, and let us give it a blue color like that. And if we save, we get a div which is equivalent to this one. So let us give it a width which is let's give it like something like 20. Yeah, 20, like that. 20 is visible. Okay, so this one, let us use we can use percentages. Okay, so here let us give it a width width, which is like 50px, 50px, like that. And if we give it 50px, we get something which is like this one. So let us change it to percentages, like this one. So if we use percentage, if we use a percentage, then we are using relative units. Okay, relative units. Okay, so if we do that, we give it 50%. So as we give it 50%, if I increase here, we get something which is like this one. I think it is increasing. Okay, it is increasing, as you can see. It is increasing. Okay, like that, which means for it increases with increase to screen. Okay, there is another one, so we can also make it like 30, like that. So it is going to be like 3 times, okay, the screen. Okay, like that, 3 times smaller than the screen. Okay, like that. Okay, so we can also have another one, and if we try to reduce on the screen like this, I think it decreases also. Okay, okay, there. Okay, so let us try to use another one. This one is useful for some fluid layouts. Okay, so let us use another one which is called the EM. Okay, EM. So here if we try to use 10 EM, okay, and this one relative to the font size of the parent. Okay, this one makes this one like, for example, here if inside here we have a paragraph which is hello. Okay, so there, if we have a paragraph which is hello, right there, so here we can have something like width, something like this one. So here we can have font size. Let us make it like 20 EM or 10 EMs, and we give our parent this one. If we give it this one, okay, give it the body to have a font size which is like 20 pixels, 20 px. So as you can see here, if we have this one 20 pixels, and we give this one 20 EMs, okay, it is going to have a font size which is relative to the font size of the parent. Okay, and the EM can compound, so be careful with deeply nested elements. Okay, you should avoid nested elements, guys. Avoid nested elements, they are really dangerous. So we have another one which is called the rem, and this one it increases with the increase to the root element, which is HTML. Okay, so this one, if you specify using a body, so you can if the body, this body has a font size here, and you use, okay, rem here, rem like that, and if we save, as you can see, the size is there, but these ones are not mostly used. The EM, the rems, okay, they are not usually used. Okay, so we have another one which is called the VW and the VH. Okay, I'm just showing them to you. I'm showing them to you how you can use them. So we have another one, VW. Okay, so let us have a width which is 10 VW, 10 VW, like that. As you can see, it is giving us this one. So if we try to increase, as you can see, if we try to increase to hello Rashid and his viewers, okay, like that. Okay, I think it's going to be like small. Okay, it's going to be it is going to be small. Okay, so for example, let me first increase this one to like 100 VW. Okay, let me make it something like that. So it is going to complete all like this one. It is going to increase all. Okay, as you can see here, it has increased, okay, past the screen. Okay, so we can also use, let me use a value which is equivalent to what, to 90 there. Okay, so this one, it is yeah, you can see. So this one is perfect for full screen sections or responsive layouts. Okay, so if we use this one like this, okay, so let us try to remove this. If we have font size, Okay, we have these ones, border, give it this solid one. So let us give it something like Ctrl Z. Let us give it 1 pixel. I want to show you something. So with 90 we get something like this. Let us set something with 100. Let us go back to 100 view W, which is the viewport width. Okay, this one, the VW, stands for viewport width. Okay, so let us change it to 100, and as we can see here, it's getting somehow larger, like this, like that. Okay, so we can also use another one. Then for height we use the VH. Okay, this one for full height also of the screen. Okay, so here we can put the height, okay, the height, which is around 100 VH for viewport height, okay, of the whole screen. Okay, and if we do that, as you can see, we get it occupies the whole screen. Okay, it occupies the whole screen, as you can see. Okay, the whole screen has been occupied, which is the viewport height. Okay, so there's another one, which is the V-min. Okay, this one is like it is used for fully responsive aspect ratio based designs. Okay, so we can use another one, which is the V-min and V-max. Okay, so here we can use V-max, V-max for width. It is that one, and we can use the V height. Let us use again V. Can we use width? Yeah, let us use the width again. So let us give it a V min, which is 10. Let's give it 8, like 8, like there. Okay, 8. So if we come back, we can give it like that one. That is the minimum. So let us decrease. Are you seeing this one? Okay, this one, the 8 VM. Okay, the min. Okay, and we have the Vmax, which is 100. Okay, so we can get this one. Let us get this one out. Let's first get this one out, and we save. So the maximum is 100 VW. Okay, as we can see, the viewport. Okay, so there are many ways. There are many like specification on how to use all of these ones. So for example, for font sizes, it is recommended to use rem or em, and for layout width, it is recommended to use the percentage of VW. Okay, and for fixed UIs, for example, icons, borders, it is recommended to use pixels for PX. So which is PX. Okay, pixels. So and for fully screen layout, it is recommended to use VH or VW. Yeah, I think so. Yeah, and for responsive typography, it is recommended to use the clamp with rem and VW. Okay, so there is a clamp function. I want to show it to you. So here, let us use the clamp function here. So here we can have like font size. Let us have a font size which is equivalent to what? A clamp. So let us use clamp. Oh, as if this one is not allowing me to use the clamp. So clamp, we use 1 rem. Okay, and we want to specify using 2 VW, and even here we want to use 2 rem. Okay, let us use 2 rem. Okay, so before we save our changes, you can see the sizes, everything. Okay, and if we try to save as if it is not working in my browser, it is not working. Why is it not working? Oh, guys, as if there is a problem with my browser. Okay, there's a problem with my browser. Okay, there's a problem with my browser, but I'll adjust that one. But just know it is used like that, the clamp, but it is not mostly used. Okay, it's not mostly used. It is better to use the other ones. The PX are to use the VH or VW, and the percentages, and even the REM and EM. Okay, for font sizes. Okay, so that's how we can use units in CSS.